There are objects in this world that hold more than just history. Some say they carry something darker, a presence, a force, an entity waiting to be unleashed. Among such relics, one stands above the rest, the Dybbuk Box. A seemingly ordinary wooden wine cabinet, but one that has left a trail of terror in its wake. The legend begins in 2001, when an antique store owner named Kevin Manus purchased the box at an estate sale. The seller, an elderly woman, warned him the box was never to be opened. It had belonged to her grandmother, a Holocaust survivor who had sealed something inside. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. Kevin opened the box. And from that moment, his life changed forever. Inside, he found strange objects: 2 locks of hair bound with string, a small golden goblet, a dried rose, and a mysterious inscription burned into the wood. But it wasn't the contents that disturbed him. It was what followed. His nightmares began immediately. Vivid, horrifying visions of a demonic old woman with sunken eyes and a twisted grin. She would hover over him, whispering unintelligible words. And Kevin was not the only one affected. Friends, family, even customers at his store began experiencing strange occurrences: shadows moving on their own, objects breaking without reason, and an overwhelming sense of dread filling the room. Then came the illnesses. Sudden, unexplained health issues. Nosebleeds, burning eyes, and the feeling of being suffocated in sleep. Kevin had had enough. He tried to give the box away, only for its next owner to suffer the same fate. Each new recipient reported the same horrors and worse. One man, a museum curator, took possession of the box, believing it to be nothing more than superstition. Within days, he suffered a stroke. Another owner reported poltergeist-like activity, lights flickering, doors slamming, and the smell of jasmine, the same scent Kevin Manus had described. By now, the Dybbuk Box had gained infamy. It became an internet legend, discussed in hushed tones by those fascinated with the paranormal. But the true horror lay in its origins. The word Dybbuk comes from Jewish folklore, describing a restless spirit, a malevolent entity that latches onto the living, seeking refuge in their body. According to the story, the box was used in a ritual meant to trap a Dybbuk, sealing it away for eternity. But once the box was opened, the entity was free. In 2012, the box found its way into the hands of Zach Bagans, a paranormal investigator. Even he, a skeptic of many ghost stories, refused to take the Dybbuk Box lightly. Upon opening it, Zach reported feeling an immediate wave of darkness, as if something had been unleashed. His health deteriorated. Those around him fell ill. A strange black mass was captured on camera near the box. The box is now locked away in his haunted museum, under strict precautions. But even in containment, its influence lingers. Visitors claim to feel an unbearable pressure upon entering the room. Some have fainted, others have left in tears, unable to explain the suffocating terror they felt in its presence. Could this be the most haunted object in the world? Or is it merely the weight of superstition, the power of belief manifesting in those who come too close? Skeptics dismiss the Dybbuk Box as a hoax, a well-crafted tale designed to prey on our fears. But those who have encountered it, those who have felt its presence, they tell a different story. A story of something ancient, something hungry, something that should never have been disturbed. There are some objects that hold memories. Others hold something far worse. And perhaps, just perhaps, the Dybbuk Box is one of them. A warning remains: should you ever come across a wooden cabinet with strange markings, a whispering presence, and an air of despair surrounding it, do not open it. Some things are meant to remain sealed forever. But the tale doesn't end there. In recent years, new stories have emerged. Reports of similar boxes scattered across the world, each linked to inexplicable events. Could there be more than one Dybbuk Box? Some believe the original was merely part of a larger collection, a network of cursed relics bound by dark forces beyond our understanding. In 2020, a group of paranormal researchers attempted to trace the origins of the box beyond Kevin Manus' account. They uncovered records of similar rituals dating back centuries, involving wooden containers used in ancient Jewish exorcism practices. But these findings only deepen the mystery. Who created these boxes? And why do they continue to surface? Some believe the Dybbuk Box is not just an object, but a doorway portal that connects our world with something else. Something that should not be disturbed. Could it be that each new owner isn't just inheriting an artifact, but inviting an entity into their lives? Accounts from those who have come too close speak of a growing intensity. The first effects are subtle strange dreams, eerie sensations, a creeping sense of unease. But over time, the disturbances escalate. Whispers in the dark. Unseen hands pressing against their skin. Shadows moving just beyond the corner of their vision. Until finally, the full weight of the curse takes hold. And then there is the question of why the box keeps resurfacing. If it was meant to be locked away, sealed forever, why does it always find a new owner? Some believe it is drawn to those who seek it out. That the act of searching for the Dybbuk Box is, in itself, an invitation. The most terrifying thought? Perhaps the entity inside the box doesn't want to be contained. Perhaps it wants to be found. And if that is the case, then it is only a matter of time before another name is added to the long list of those who have dared to open the Dybbuk Box and suffered the consequences.